Meadows, Wisconsin. Her birthday is March 9th, 1959, when she was first displayed at the New York Toy Fair. That's interesting. I didn't know Barbie was Barbara. I actually saw a play recently. Well, I guess I kind of did. I saw a play recently, and they named the girl Barb Lee instead of Barbie. But it's funny because, you know, Barbaras don't. I've never heard of a Barbara going by Barbie. You know, it's funny, like Barbie, like we don't call. I don't know, maybe people do, but I've never heard of it. The next fact is there actually aren't 57 varieties of Heinz ketchup, and never were. Company founder H.J. Heinz thought his product should have a number, and he liked 57. Hit the glass bottle on the 57, not the bottom, to get the ketchup to flow. What? I don't know what that was about. That was odd. Number 4. One of President John Tyler's grandsons is still alive today, and he was born in 1790. How is this possible? President Tyler, the 10th U.S. president, was 63 when his son Lyon Tyler was born in 1853. Lyon's son was born when he was 75. President Tyler's living grandson, Harrison Tyler, is 92. Lyon's other son, Lyon Jr., passed away in 2020 at the age of 95. The Tyler family still remains the president's home, Sherwood Forest Plantation in Virginia. That sounded like a bunch of jumble. I don't really know what went on. Let me know if you do. The tallest man ever recorded was American giant Robert Wadlow, 1918 to 1940, who stood 8 feet 11 inches. Wadlow's size was the result of an abnormally enlarged pituitary gland. Wow, that's from the Guinness World Records. The oldest person ever to have lived, whose age could be authenticated, a French woman named Jean Louise Calment, was 122 years old when she died in 1997. Holy crap. I mean, I believe that. Kinda. I mean, that's crazy. That was also from the Guinness World Record. Sliced bread was first manufactured by machine and sold in the 1920s by the Chillicothe Baking Company in Missouri. It was the greatest thing since unsliced bread. What? The Earl of Sandwich, John Montagu, who lived in the 1700s, reportedly invented the sandwich so he wouldn't have to leave his gambling table to eat. It's kind of funny. The first college football game was played on November 6th, 1869, between Rutgers and Princeton, then known as the College of New Jersey and New Brunswick, New Jersey. Rutgers won. Experiments in universities have actually been carried out to figure out how many licks it can take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop, both with machine and human lickers, because this is important scientific knowledge. The results range from 252 to 411. That would be a long experiment. The Four Corners is the only spot in the U.S. where you can stand in 4 states at once: Utah, Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico. Why have I never heard of that before? That is cool. I've never heard of that. Let me know if you have. I've never heard of that. The original name for the search engine Google was Backrub. It was named Google after the Google, which is the number 1 followed by 100 zeros. Backrub. Oh first movie to show a toilet flushing. I don't know what that movie is. That's interesting. One of the most famous movie lines in history was never said. We often quote "Play It Again, Sam" by Casablanca, but the real line is "Play it, Sam, play as time goes by." I don't know what that is. The green code in the Matrix was actually created from symbols in the code designer's wife's sushi cookbook. What? Let's read that one more time. The green code in the Matrix was actually created from symbols in the code designer's wife's sushi cookbook. What? The wedding of Princess Diana and Prince Charles was watched by 750 million people worldwide in 1981. Sadly, 2.5 billion watched her funeral in 1997. There are no muscles in your fingers. Their function is controlled by muscles in your palms and arms. Interesting. The hardest working muscle in your body is your heart. It pumps more than 2,000 gallons of blood. 2,000 gallons of blood and beats more than 2.5 billion times in a 70-year lifespan. It's impossible to hum while holding your nose. Just try it. I've heard of this one before. Let's go ahead and try it out. Want to try it with me? Okay. Nope. You can't do it. Skin is the body's largest organ. We learned that in bio or whatever. No, I know. All of an adult human's blood vessels, if laid out to the end would be about 100,000 miles, so they could encircle the Earth 4 times. I have heard that. That's pretty wild. According to recent research, the human nose can fact is where did it go? I was reading one and then an annoying car went by. According to recent research, the human nose can distinguish at least 1 trillion different odors. The longest fingernails ever were over 28 feet in total. American Lee Redmond started growing them in 1979 and set the world record in 2008. Sadly, she lost her nails in a car crash in 2009. Oh my gosh. The origin of the word sinister reflects a historical bias against left-handed people. It comes from the Latin word for left, which was also seen to be unlucky or evil. Oh gosh. This is not one letter. There is not one letter Q in any U.S. state name. The only letter in the alphabet to be missing, J and Z, are only represented once each in New Jersey and Arizona. Interesting to know. The word strengths is the longest word in the English language with only one vowel. Strengths. Saying that word a couple times is very hard. Strengths. Cartoonist Mort Walker, creator of Beetle Bailey, came up with names for the things we often see in comics and cartoons. Privet is the dust cloud a character makes when he runs away quickly. Ploods are the beads of sweat which when a character is under duress, and Grolix are symbols such as like shit. I guess that's the end in for curse words. It has like a bunch of pound signs. Move on. A mashup of 2 words to make a new word such as breakfast and lunch into brunch or motel from motor and hotel is called a portmanteau. In case you're wondering, the word portmanteau itself is not a portmanteau, and it's a compound word that refers to dual-sided suitcase. Some of these are really dumb. The dog ate John Steinbeck's homework. Literally, the author's pup chewed up early version of Mice and Men. Oh, I remember reading that book. I was pretty mad, but the poor fellow may have been acting critically. Okay, let's see here. Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein when she was 18 during a ghost story competition while staying in Switzerland with writers Percy Shelley, her lover, and Lord Byron. German chocolate cake doesn't come from Germany. It was named for a person, Sam German, who created a type of baking chocolate for bakers in 1852. Hawaiian pizza was created in Ontario, Canada by Greek immigrant Sam Panopoulos in 1962. taste the same. They're not individual flavors. I think we all know this. What's inside a Kit Kat? Broken Kit Kats that are damaged during production. Shut up. Now that's a cool fact. They get ground up and go between the wafers inside along with cocoa and sugar. That's a way not to let anything go to waste. I like that. That's cool. I'm gonna tell that now every time I eat a Kit Kat. Actually, I have one. Pound cake got its name because the original recipe required a pound of each of butter, flour, sugar, and eggs. That's a lot of cake, but it was meant to last for a long time. The difference between jam and jelly is that jam is made with mashed up fruit, while jelly is made with fruit juice. That makes sense. Preserves are like jam, but made with more whole fruit. Marmalade is a preserve made from citrus fruit. Flaming Hot Cheetos were developed by a janitor at Frito-Lay, Richard Montas, who got the idea after putting chili powder on some reject Cheetos and pitched it to the CEO. He's now a successful executive and motivational speaker, and a movie in the works about his life, all because he put chili powder on Cheetos. Hey, I wish I was the inventor. Coca-Cola actually sells soup in a can. Bistrone is a nourishing meal on the go, available in 2 flavors in Japan. Ooh, sounds cool. Let's see. The tallest building in the world is the Burj Khalifa in Dubai, standing at over 2,700 feet tall. The tallest building in the U.S. is One World Trade Center in New York, which comes in at number 6 on the worldwide list. It stands at exactly 1,776 feet as a nod to the date of Declaration of Independence. The Empire State Building in New York was the tallest building in the world from 1931 until 1971. It was the first building of over 100 floors. Contrary to popular belief, it's really, really hard to see the Great Wall of China from space, particularly with the naked eye. Days on Venus are longer than years due to its slow axis rotation. It